When Daniel returned from the United States after 7 years, he expected hugs, tears, and celebration. But instead, he found his mother barefoot, sitting on the roadside, begging. And in that moment, his entire world collapsed. Daniel grew up in a small African village, raised by a single mother, Mama Grace. She had nothing except her son. Every morning before sunrise, she would walk miles to fetch water, then rush to the market to sell vegetables. Her hands were rough, her feet tired, but her heart never gave up, because Daniel had a dream, and that dream became her purpose. She would often say, "My son, your future is my only wealth." Daniel studied under dim light, sometimes hungry, sometimes exhausted, but always determined. Years passed. Hard work paid off. One day, a letter arrived. A scholarship. To study in the United States. The entire village celebrated. Mama Grace held the letter like it was gold. Tears rolled down her face as she whispered, "God has answered my prayers." The day Daniel left, she hugged him tightly. "Don't forget me," she said softly. Daniel smiled. "Never, Mama." Life in America was not easy. Daniel worked part-time jobs, studied day and night, and slowly built a life. Years turned into 7. He got a good job, a good apartment, a new life. But something changed. Calls to his mother became less frequent. Messages became shorter. And slowly, silence replaced connection. Back in the village, things were different. Mama Grace grew older, weaker. The small house they lived in was the only thing she had left. But relatives, people she once trusted, started visiting more often. Not out of love, but greed. They convinced her, "Sell the house. Come stay with us. We will take care of you." She hesitated, but loneliness is powerful. She agreed, but once the papers were signed, everything changed. They took her money, and then they left her. Just like that. No home, no family, only the street. She began sitting near a busy roadside in the city. Her clothes became torn, her hands trembled. The same woman who once sacrificed everything now depended on strangers to survive. But even then, she never begged loudly. She would just sit quietly, holding a small, empty bowl, waiting. One morning, a black car entered the city. Inside was Daniel. After years away, he had finally decided to visit home. He imagined surprising his mother. He imagined her smile. But life had planned something else. As the car slowed near a crowded street, Daniel looked outside. And then he froze. There, sitting on the roadside, was a woman, barefoot, weak, holding a metal bowl. Something about her felt familiar. His heart began to race. "Stop the car," he said. He stepped out slowly, each step heavier than the last. As he got closer, his breath trembled. No, it couldn't be, but it was. "Mama?" The woman looked up. Her eyes, tired but still full of love, met his. For a moment, silence. Then her lips trembled. "Daniel." The bowl fell from her hands, and in that second, years of distance, pain, regret, all came crashing down. Daniel dropped to his knees, tears poured from his eyes. "What happened to you?" Mama Grace smiled faintly, even in her pain. "My son, you came back." That broke him even more. Not anger, not blame, just love. The same unconditional love she always had. Daniel held her tightly. "I'm sorry. Mama, I should have come sooner. I should have been there." She gently placed her hand on his face. You are here, now. That is enough. But for Daniel, it was not enough. He stood up, anger burning inside him. He found those relatives, the ones who betrayed her, and this time, he didn't stay silent. He took his mother away from that street, gave her a new home, clean clothes, proper care, but most importantly, he gave her something she had lost: dignity. Days later, Mama Grace sat peacefully outside their new home. The sun setting slowly. Daniel sat beside her. This time, not as a boy chasing dreams, but as a son who finally understood their value. She looked at him and smiled. "My son, you have become everything I prayed for." Daniel held her hand tightly. "And you are everything I forgot, but will never lose again." Sometimes we travel the world chasing success, only to forget the one person who made that journey possible. Because in the end, no success is greater than a mother's love.